Hello and welcome to Low Budget Gaming and welcome to another first Descendant video. So today I have a bit of a guide video for the Void Erosion Purge stage 20 specifically, and I noticed one or two people on Reddit mention that they are struggling with this. So I thought I'll make a guide. I'll show you my setup, how I do it, and then at the end uh, I'll show you a run. Basically, I'll show you one of my recordings, or maybe I'll do it live, and I'll just talk you and give you some tips on how to clear it efficiently without getting knocked, things like that. Now, one tip I want to mention this, and this might seem strange, but stage 16 is harder than stage 20. Okay, this is my observation, and I noticed one or two other people saying this. The reason for this is in stage 16, you have more of those malignant abominations. I think those are the guys, the slow ones that have this beam sort of toxic damage that they do to you. You have more of those guys. I actually ran 16 again yesterday, and it's taking me a little longer than it takes me to clear 20. So what I would recommend for the setup here is, if you're going for this, go with the Slayer set to get maximum damage. The reactor I have is skill critical hit damage and skill effect range. Now you can go with critical hit damage, and if you want a little more power, you can go for tech skill power boost. You can go for cooldown if your abilities are not ready quickly enough. But I haven't had any issues with the abilities not being available. So range and damage will be fine. You can go with, like I said, cooldown, and anything the critical hit damage is the best one that you need. Now in the inversion reinforcement, I've gone with like more speed movement here. You can go with this one here, RK boost, skill cooldown, and speed and range. So you can go with this one if you want. I was just doing the defiler, so I have this setup here. You don't need to get this, you can get this electric rounds, so that when you're shooting you're getting further electric rounds. Heightened senses, these three, I mean this one or this one, either one will be fine. My main gun is the Secret Garden. I have firearm attack, critical hit damage, critical hit rate, and rounds per magazine. Over on the course I have firearm attack, critical hit damage, sprint speed 2 times. Now you can have sprint speed 3 times instead of the firearm attack in the first spot, because you just get a lot of speed boost and it will help you clear things faster, because we are not shooting at a lot of people. I'm mostly shooting at the elites, the 2 or 3, the Predator and the Malignant Abomination, those two guys. And then I have a beam rifle, the Voltia. Only use it for the shielded enemies. So whenever I see a group of 3 shielded enemies, I switch over and I hit that. So this is the gun here. Quickly, I'll show you the build. I've mentioned this multiple times, so take a screenshot if you want. For this one, I have a non-crit build with this setup. The roles here, I have electric, bonus firearm attack against the Order of Truth, which is the faction in the stage 20, firearm attack, rounds per magazine. And then over on the course, I have 2 firearm attacks, 1 electric, 1 beam rifle. And then I have bonus firearm attack against the Order of Truth. Actually, this Secret Garden is designed for that, but I still have not the Secret Garden. The Voltia has been designed for stage 20, but this one I've been mounting because it gives me more speed with this one. So basically with 2 speed rolls, I'm getting 952 sprint speed. Normally it's 800. With this one, it'll be a bit slower. 800 still, 800 you can see here. So that's why I have the Secret Garden equipped, and that gives me good speed. Quick look at the build for Descendant. Exactly the same final flexible slot. I just put more HP, because there was a bug a few days ago when the new update dropped, where one of the enemies was doing abnormally high damage, so you were getting one shot. So I had to put this just to make sure we have enough health to survive that. But it's been patched, so you shouldn't have a problem. You can go with something else over here. So yeah, that is it. Now what I'll do is I'll run you through one of my runs. I think I'll pick my fastest run, and I'll just give you some tips on what I'm doing so that you can clear it quickly. All right, here I am at the start of stage 20. So I believe this is my fastest run. I haven't kept track, but I did it in 3 minutes 29 seconds. So first thing first, you have these guys over here. Keep spamming your Q. You can see the shielded enemies over there. So what I do normally is I switch over to the Voltia, break their shields. You just have to keep running, spam your first ability, and drop your fourth as soon as it becomes available. Now these bigger enemies, what you need to do is spam your fourth, make sure they are inside your circle of the snare, and then put your Q, shoot them a bit if you want, or you can use your second ability, because you'll have used your first ability multiple times on them, and using the second will do a lot of damage as well. So yeah, make sure, like a lot of enemies, especially the bigger ones, are inside the snare. And you also get a speed boost, so make sure to use your fourth as frequently as you can, as soon as it's available. These bigger enemies, you can just shoot a little bit here. Stay away from these guys that explode, because they'll do damage. So you can see here the malignant abomination guys here. Make sure they're in the circle, shoot at them, use your second if you have to, and then just keep running and throwing your Qs. So right now I've just dropped my Q, not the Q, fourth one, a little further away. And yeah, just keep running. Make sure you have a lot of these people covered. When you see more than one or two, you can use your grapple as well and get away from them, and try to do damage from above, basically. So you can see here those guys are dead. Now on the right, you can see where the symbol is. I've dropped my Q, so any of the smaller enemies can get killed while I deal with this guy over here. And yeah, with these bigger ones, you can empty your magazine and do damage with the gun. That is why I had the firearm attack core 6 on there. So now you can see the shielded ones are here. I'm back using the Voltier beam rifle. Now I'm switching back to the secret garden. Most of the action happens around the back over here. And then you can just keep dropping your fourth whenever it's available. Again, I try to have this fourth in such a way that couple of these bigger enemies, the two elites, the predator, the fat guy, and the malignant abomination, these guys are within the snare so that you can do more damage. And you don't actually have to come all the way this side. You can sort of hang around here around the stairs and do a lot of damage in the later stages of the Void Erosion Purge. So just over here, sometimes you can take cover behind this pillar on the left that you see, that these guys over there. You can just stand over there if you are low on health or something. But now this is the end stages. You drop your fourth again, switch over to the beam rifle, break the shields, and do some damage. Again, over here, you just run around in a circle. That's what I do. Pick up the health orbs if you need health, and just make sure you are using your fourth, and two of these guys will pop up, one predator, one malignant, and make sure they are in the snare. Just keep spamming your Q, take care of the harder enemies with the gun, and now you have the final boss coming in the middle. Just drop your fourth, run around as fast as you can, spamming your Q. Now you have to wait and break the shield on this guy, because your skills will not break the shield. So you'll see a bubble around the head, and then that's it. Just keep spamming, and that is it. So not that difficult. Like I said, stage 16 felt difficult. You can see I did it in 3 minutes 29 seconds. So pretty standard, not too difficult, as long as you have your fully built Innis and a few guns and things that are good. My two recommendations would be these two guns. You can see I did not use the Enduring Legacy at all. I was just using these two, and you'll do just fine. So hopefully this was useful. Thank you for watching. See you next time.